Do you know how Homer learned to ride a motorcycle? Homer, by dancing with Marge, used difficult maneuvers to defeat his opponents. He won a motorcycle, and he chased away the onlookers. Homer, who couldn't ride a motorcycle, could only autotone a swing. He was ridiculed by Bart, asked Bart for help, and Bart began to teach him how to ride. About to hit the railing, he jumped off the bike and hid in the house. He started the engine and his pants got sucked into it. Bart rides alongside him. When Bart let go, the motorcycle flew to the roof. With practice, Homer learns to ride a motorcycle. He rushed into the classroom with Bart in tow, put Bart back in his seat, knocked over the desk and left. The pastor's prayer was dismissed with the sound of the engine. He even sleeps with his motorcycle next to him.
I know, just tune her out.
Homer watches TV and wanted to start a motorcade. He invited his friends to join him, and made team jerseys for the occasion. He took his friends for a ride down the road. Stopping by a police car, Homer taunts the cops. They gathered outside a convenience store to play with coins. As a modest people, they were driven away. They even appeared in magazines. Homer's always had the bad luck of the common man. He was setting off fireworks on the beach when he started a fire. Homer had to jump into the water to escape. As soon as he got to shore, the locals surrounded him. Homer was then tied up and had a fishhook shoved up his nose. Marge was there to defend Homer and offer him compensation. At this point, the captain offered to let Homer go fishing to pay off his debt, and Homer had no choice but to comply. Homer only caught one small fish on his first fishing trip. He even tasted it, but it tasted terrible. When it was time for dinner, there was a commotion under the boat. There was a big school of fish biting. While Homer was fishing, there was lightning and thunder in the sky. The waves were getting bigger and bigger. The crew prepared to use the life raft to escape, but when they opened the box, they found Bart inside. They had no choice but to keep steering the boat, but the boat was crushed by the waves. Homer fell into the water. All he could do was pray to God. Homer suddenly saw there was light in the sea. He swam toward it. This is the mermaid kingdom. Homer wondered how he could talk in the ocean. It turns out he was hallucinating. When he was strangled by seaweed, it was another fishing boat that picked them up. However, Homer was still attached to the imaginary mermaid. He jumped back into the sea and locked himself with seaweed again. What happens when Marge's hair turns white? House will taunt Bart about Marge's hair. Bart will hit House on the head with a teeter-totter. At the supermarket, Marge will see stickers in her hair color. She'll be ridiculed by everyone. She'll hear about Homer going to the club. She'll get in her car and put on her makeup. She'll slide down a hill and her makeup will smear mascara on her teeth. Her dress was torn by thorns. Her shoes get deformed by water. And her hair gets blown out of shape by the wind. The chef will throw leftover soup at her. Wildcats will keep chasing her. She'll come to the nightclub as a white-haired witch. She'll find Homer surrounded by beautiful women, and when she puts her hand on Homer's head, Marge came out to stop it. She sets her broomstick on fire and scares them all away. Homer stops it and explains to her. He hugged Marge. Marge dyed her hair back to blue. It started when the hairdresser told Marge that her hair was white. The barber brushed out her white hair and brought in the coloring kit. A gray-haired woman appeared, happy with her short white hair. The barber puts on a gas mask and prepares to color Marge's hair. Marge looks at the happy life of the gray-haired couple. She decided to show her family her real hair color. The family looks at her in shock. Homer's brain went on.
She wants an honest answer.